Have you ever been looking at a job description and you see some tools that you're like, oh, I don't really know how to use that, so you don't even apply? Or maybe you're just getting started and you're like, I wish I knew how to use tools like Go High Level, or I knew the basics of ClickUp. When you start getting into the world of operations, there are so many tools and so many things that you can learn, and sometimes it's really hard to know where it is to start. So if you've ever experienced that, you're in the right place. I'm going to walk you through how you can actually create your own course around any topic, anything that you want to learn how to do using AI. Today we're going to use a tool called Perplexity. This is one of my favorite tools to create your own tailored course to exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, this works in operations, but it also could work in anything else in your life. You want to learn how to knit? You want to learn how to bake sourdough bread? This is going to help you be able to create your own course around anything it is that you want to do. So I'm super excited to show you how to do this. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, and we are going to dive right into Perplexity, and I'm going to show you how to do this. All right, so here we are inside Perplexity, and I have a prompt that's already done for you. So the link to this prompt is going to be right below this video. So you can click on that. You're going to see this Google Doc that I already have put together for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste it. So I'm going to copy all of this. You don't need this. This gives you the information right here on how to actually use this prompt. So really, we are just putting in where it says insert topic and insert desired result. That's all you need. That's the only input that you need to put into our prompt here. So we're here inside Perplexity. If you are new to Perplexity, Perplexity is an AI tool that can go out and search the internet. So it knows what's going on right now versus other tools like Claude that it does search the internet a little bit, but that's not really what the main focus of that tool is. So this is why we're choosing Perplexity for this exercise. So I'm just going to paste the prompt in here. Then I'm going to come back, and where these brackets are, I'm going to put in the topic that we want to talk about. So I'm going to delete this, and let's say that I want to create a topic, or I want to create a course on how to use ClickUp for project management. Okay, so we have that in there. It's going to tell us what our course requirements are and everything. We're just going to leave that. But then we need to put, what is the desired outcome? What is the thing that you want to learn? Why do you want to learn this thing? And this is one of the most important things to remember, because if we just said, create us a course on how to use ClickUp, well, we're not really giving it any direction on what the outcome is that we want. So whenever you're creating prompts and you're using AI, this is something that you want to think about is, what is the end result? What's that thing that we're looking for? So that way we can help guide AI to give us the right tools or the right answers that we want as we're building this prompt out. So if we are thinking through this, it says create a step-by-step video course that teaches someone how to what? So what's the outcome that we want? So we're going to say how to use ClickUp. Let's see, how to use ClickUp. Okay, that's pretty specific. How to use ClickUp for an e-commerce business as a project management tool to reduce time going back and forth with vendors. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve. That's why we want to learn this course. Now, if you are, let's say something totally different. Let's say that we are looking for help with, or we want to create a course on how to bake sourdough bread. Maybe the reason why that we want to bake sourdough bread is that we want to have the artisan bread every single week to make French toast. That's the reason. So we would put that as our reason why we want to learn this course. Once you've done those two things, then we are just going to hit go. It's going to go out, it's going to search the internet, it's going to find great tutorials from ClickUp, it's going to find tutorials from YouTube, and it's going to actually create an entire course for us. So right here, it gives us our objective of what it is that we are trying to accomplish in this course. It's going to tell us what we're going to learn. Here's if there's any prerequisites. This one does not have any. It's going to take 7 to about 10 hours to go through all of this content. So that's a lot. Module 1, we have Get Started with ClickUp. So here are 3 videos right here. Here's the best thing. This is the one that is our first one. So how to use ClickUp for beginners 2025. So if I click on that, it opens it up.
Welcome back.
Right here inside Perplexity, we can watch the course. This is 19 minutes. And you can watch that video, and then once it's done, you can then come on to the next one. And then we have our module 2. So module 2 talks about ClickUp for project managers. So it goes through and tells us exactly what it is that we're looking for. It also gives us some supplementary type of content. So maybe this is like it was okay, but we want to learn a little bit more. This is how we can go a little bit deeper. It also is going to give us exercises to do. So how can we take the content that we just learned and how can we start applying it? And then it also gives us some other tools that we can use. So there's our module 2. We have module 3 going through task and workflow environment. We have vendors that we can collaborate. So how do we do that? Because remember, that was one of our issues that we were trying to solve. So this creates an entire video training for us, so we know exactly how to do that. And then we have tracking, reporting dashboards, automation, SOPs and templates for scaling, best practices, and then it also gives us an assessment. So we can go through it. This gives us right here, it shows us here's all of the lessons that we're going to learn. Here's any tools or articles. So it gives us, if you don't want to just sit and watch all the videos, but you want to read some things, it's going to give us that. It's going to tell us this is how we're going to practice this, and then free tools and resources to help us accomplish this. So this is a very thorough course on how to do something that is going to help us solve a problem. Now, this is going to be really a game changer for people who are looking for, how do I just sharpen my skills a little bit? Or imagine if you found this dream job post and you're like, I would love to work for this company. This is exactly what it is that I'm looking for. But there's one tool or there's one thing that you're like, I just don't know that one thing. I know everything else, but that one, I'm just not so sure. You can create yourself a course. You can go through it, learn how to do it. And then when you go into your interview, you can confidently say, yep, I know how to do this. Now, there may be people that are saying, well, I could just go onto YouTube and just do a search for how to do this, which is true. But have you ever gone through and you started watching a YouTube video and about 5 minutes in, you're like, this is not answering my question? Well, this is going to solve that problem because it is actually curating the content for you, and it's pulling from the best content in order to help solve that problem, which is why we want to say what the outcome is. So I would love to hear in the comments, what's the thing that you are going to try out first? What is the training that you want to create so you can learn how to do something in your life, in your business? What is it? So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you're using this tool for and what kind of projects or things that you want to all learn about. Keep thinking strategically, and we'll see you in the next training.